4th, okay, June 4th, 2025. And get the total residual volume out of them, kids. Get them. Right? And again, the kids get the rapist of Christian Eric Arne Meyer spectacle, man. Make it so that the veins show up under his eyes. Get the total residual volume out of him. Get them all. So this is what the Canadian government does to me. They're trying to make me cough. So I'm just going to show you here. So there's the perpetrator right there. There's their whole network right there. There's subliminal right here. And here's the special system they have to rape me and my kids. So that's the fate of Canada and the world. So once again, so how come the Canadian government allowed somebody that's an organized crime member to be in the room with me? My roommate, he said he's part of Hell's Angels. How come they allowed that to happen? How come as soon as he became my roommate, how come I have an erection almost 5 hours every night? Okay, how come you allow this to happen? You know, I had sex with Katy Perry in my sleep and Vanessa Salps. Gene Simmons has been in my sleep. Wayne Gretzky's been in my sleep. Taylor Swift's been in my sleep twice. You know, how come you allow these people to come in my sleep? You know, if you see people in your sleep, the human brain cannot make up faces. It only can recognize faces that it's seen in real life. How come I see people in the hospital that I've never seen before? How come this happens to me when I heal instantly? How come I heal instantly? How come I got a pimple on my toe? How come I got a pimple right there? Right there. And how come my skin is cauterized right there? How come since the Donald Trump, I hope the tariffs go up, but like Sault Ste. Marie has a steel plant. I hope you get impoverished. Unofficially I own your economy. I'm gonna short your economy. You know, I'm gonna make it so all your residential houses they plummet in value. You might have an $800,000 house. It's gonna be less than $100,000 in a few years. I hate you. I hate Canadians. I've been violated. They secretly been experimenting on me for 47 years of my life. 47 years of my life. They never give me a chance. Some people don't even live to be 47. And they violated me for 47 years of my life. When I was circumcised, I have a scar, the entire shaft of my penis. They tapered it. They reduced the girth at the top and bottom of my penis. And they chemically reduced me and my son, as if that's going to stop me. You know, the last time I was in the hospital in 2020. So first of all, my brother's deceased now because he tried to set me up. And so did my brother Barry John Diggins Jr., did he die because he tried to set me up and he was going to try to become king one day? My Facebook job. So he tried to set me up. So did my half-sister Brandy, did she lie? Did she write a letter to the doctor 4 days after I was hospitalized? My Facebook job. So anyways, you know, I tried to appeal, or I had the CCB, like the Capacity and Consent Board. You know, you have an opportunity to challenge the government, but they don't let you use any facts. They don't let you use any evidence. You know, it's a bullshit process. But anyways, once I'm out of the hospital, once I litigate, I get to show my video evidence. I get to show these videos. Like they're not giving me the email for the appeal process, so I could have them watch the videos before the proceeding. You know, the lawyer voted for me. You know, the doctor based his psychotic beliefs from 1992, prior to that, like 1989, when I went to, when my brother said I threw him down a garbage dumpster. He said I threw him down a garbage dumpster and from the 4th floor. How come there's no lacerations? How come there's no medical proof? How come there was no medical proof, Canada? How come you provoke me right now? How come you cause an agitation? How come you pretend that computer-assisted health is not possible? How come men, I posted another video, men typically get schizophrenia from their late teens to early 20s. How come you said I got it at 42? How much sense does that make? After I posted a video online, I'm going to be able to show this when I sue you. When I sue the Canadian government, I'm going to be able to show a video from August 21st, 2019, how the Canadian government is going to utilize schizophrenia as a tactic against me. You're an idiot country. You're not smart. You're not smart. You rally behind ineptitude. You know, like how did I cauterize my feet taking a shower? How come I have evidence? I keep all my snot. You guys are idiots. Like, watch how shocked they are when I show them. These people are idiots. They only see half information. You know, I keep all my evidence. You know, how come C. O'Brien, the cop, when he was feeling my pocket, how come he turned his hand towards my ass? How come you try to hide his culpability? How come you have a profiling system that you measure every single surface in Canada, but you don't know where I am? You don't know where the king is, but you know how to violate the king, right? And one day you have to answer to me. This is attempt to regicide. That's like trying to kill a king. And you know what high treason is? 25 years in prison, and I'm going to be king of the world. So the North Koreans, there's a family responsibility. So if you go to prison, your entire family goes to prison. I'm going to implement that rule. In Canada, cannabis is legal, but you allow the Saudi Arabians who hate marijuana and gambling, but they rally on child porn. Right? You allow them to violate me. I smoke an illegal substance in Canada. You know, like the whole letter from my sister was floating. She was making up stuff. Like, first of all, I seen her. I haven't taken medication since 2023. I seen her in 2024, September 2024. How come I wasn't informed then? You know what, I called her, like, and I don't know about you people, like, you may not call your siblings all the time. I didn't call my siblings. Did Canada have 4 of my phones stolen to limit how much I could post things on the internet? My Facebook dropped. So they had 4 phones stolen. I've had 7 phones since September 2024. And not only I got kicked out of my place, I get to sue my landlord for getting kicked out. I didn't have reasonable enjoyment of my place. I have video evidence. I'd be at home and I'd be talking like this. My voice would be like that. And then 10 minutes later, my voice would restore. You know, and then as soon as I complained, that right there, this is how they gas me. When I got puffing right there, that's me getting gassed by the ventilation system. Why do you think they're keeping me in the hospital? They're trying to kill me. You know, while I'm in the hospital, but they can't kill me. All they ever do is take things out of context. Yesterday, I said, if I were a regular person, I'd want to die. They took that out of context. So Canada, you're done. You can't protect me. You can't do anything. You're useless. You're a useless country. You're going to be the poorest country on the planet, and you're forever going to be the bottom in the international penalty box. Once I show the amount of insider trading that goes on through my head, your credit rating is going to be atrocious. You're nothing. You're a nothing country. You would be nothing without me. You know, before I was born, you were 27th in the world in Olympics. And then you boycotted in 1980. Then in 1984, you were 6th in the world because of my biology. You know, you never let me win an Olympic gold medal. I'm going to be able to seek asylum. I don't have to leave Canada. You have embassies in Ottawa. You know, but I'm going to embarrass you. You have a censorship bill because of me. I'm going to embarrass you. I put a guy on a straight flush, and you only made it so I got 25 views on YouTube. You're haters. You rally behind Connor McDavid. His first cousin was born on the same day as my son. They moved him down the street from me. That's the only reason why Connor McDavid is a hockey player. They say he's the best. He sucks. With less than 6 hours of practice hockey, I was hitting puck marks off the boards. I'm the best athlete on the planet. You suck, Canada. You'll never get any of my talent ever again. Ever. You know, they're like, oh, they're trying to make me lose my leg and get some blood work right now, but not a chance. I could regrow my limbs, but they would hack me just like I could regrow my teeth, and they haven't allowed me to do that. What are the chances I'm missing teeth? The exact same tooth on both sides of my face. How come you keep punishing me for things that you caused? You augmented my penis. You tapered my penis to violate me for 47 years. You can't pretend it's not 2025. Eventually, you have to answer me as king. You're gonna have to answer me as king, Canada, and then I'm gonna annihilate you. My son is in the army, but once I show what happens to him there, he's gonna leave the army legally. I'm gonna be able to sue the army and then make it so he could get out of his contract. He's gonna leave the army, and then once my kids are out of this country, I'm declaring war on you. I'm gonna annihilate you with all my weapons. I control I control the internet. I control the internet. Like right now, look, you got nothing. You could be buying a tank every 6 days, and a fighter jet every 8 days, and a destroyer every 30-something days, and a frigate every 40-something days, and a corvette every 50-something days. But you choose to violate me just because I don't have a cent. You you make it so my ass stinks like regular people. You're a loser country. You're a loser country. You rally behind obesity. Like, you know, 2 fat, obese people came here, and then all of a sudden I'm exhibiting their characteristics in cities that I've never even been to, like, for years. You know, like, you're done as a nation. I'm going to embarrass you legally. I'm going to embarrass you. I'm just going to watch a couple proceedings, and then I'm going to challenge the Canadian government myself because lawyers don't ask the right questions. You're a useless country. I have video proof. I'll just show you video proof of pictures of a scar on my face disappearing. while I've been in the hospital. Well, first of all, I'll show you some of this. So this is my poker prowess. So right now I'm ranked veteran, and I played 2 continental tournaments, and I won 1 in the money ones. I played 5 nationals. I won 3 in the money 4 times. In a minute, I'm going to play in a world tournament. But I've been ranked professional 4 times on a real money website. Through psyche interpretation, they told me I'm the best poker player ever. And I don't even use my complete skill set. And I still beat you guys. They make poor decisions. So anyways, I'll show you right here. So screenshots. So right here, you can see right there, you can see a scar that I have on my face. And then you can see right here, oh wow, I don't have that scar. You gave Dave Swanson, somebody that smokes jib, this guy, you gave this guy, he had such an anger issue, like he broke a plastic dish rack. The guy should be in prison. He's taken anger management many times, he said, but he broke a plastic dish rack by snapping and flipping out. You allowed me to live with him. You know, when I was homeless in Toronto, one guy said he was going to stab me, so I bought a knife, and guess what happened? The first time I pulled out the knife to see if it worked, it didn't lock. So if I had to need it for self-preservation, I would have cut myself. And then you allowed another person to walk up and punch me in the head, and then you had another guy pretend to pull a gun out on me. He reached in his waistband and pulled a gun at me, and then he grabbed the sign, like the caution sign, and he beat me with that like 10 times. And then I got the best of him. Then he begged for mercy, and it was only the security guards that saved him. You know, once I'm king, there's going to be nobody that's going to save you guys. Nobody. I'm going to get you all. You're little pussies compared to me, my breed.